Hey, hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this Python beginner tutorial series, let's discuss about the difference between args and kwargs. Okay, so if you keenly note, there's a star before args, so we have only single asterisks, and in kwargs, kw stands for argument. So here we have double asterisks prefixed. All right, so let's discuss about the difference between these two both, and let's try to understand when and where to use this. Alright, so this is a continuation of our function argument video that I have posted earlier in this playlist. Okay, so in case if you haven't watched that, I would suggest you to watch that before you watch this particular video. Alright, so when do you actually use these two? Alright, so when you are not sure about the number of arguments that you will be passing with your function. Alright, so sometimes in practical or real-time scenarios, you will not be sure about the number of arguments that you will be passing. Alright, in those kind of situation, you will be using this args or kwargs. But whenever you are working with non-keyword argument like integers or numbers, you generally use args. Whereas when you use names or like keywords, then you go with kwargs. Okay, let's try to see this example by running couple of programs. All right, so as I said, in Python we can pass a variable number of arguments to function using special symbols. These two are called args, which is a non-keyword argument. Kwargs is a keyword argument. All right, so first we'll discuss about args, and let's see an example to understand this better. Alright, let's take a very basic addition example. Alright, so say you want to find sum of n numbers. Okay, so I'll declare a function. Say let's call it addition and star num. So if you see here, I've used a single asterisk before the actual argument. Alright, when I use single arguments, my Python interpreter understand it is a non-keyword argument, which is star args, right? So, and it will take the parameter accordingly. So for a basic basic examples, we have actually passed on the arguments here. We have passed the default values here. All right, so if you have any confusion about that, please watch my previous video. Whereas here, if you're not sure about the number of arguments that you're going to pass, you can use this star nums. All right, so let's try to find the sum of n numbers, sum equal to 0. So for n in num, so we are not sure about the number of arguments, right? So whatever arguments we pass, obviously we need a for loop to iterate through each and every item in the loop. So I'm using a for loop, and then I'm performing an addition, sum equal to sum plus n, and I will print the sum value. All right, so that's all, my job is done. Here when we call the function, you see we have to pass the parameter. So you can see when I place the cursor, it stays star num. So we have to pass the actual values here. So if I want to find the sum of few numbers, say 7 4 comma 9 comma 2. All right, now if I run this, it worked for me. It calculated the sum of all the values that has been provided here. All right, so here we had only 4 arguments, but in case if you want to pass any arguments which is more than 4 or less than 4, say let's try to pass 9 comma 8 comma 12 comma 92 comma 34. All right, here now we have 5 arguments. Now if I run this, you can see the sum of the next 5 arguments that is passed with the function is now calculated and displayed to me. All right, so if I have to reiterate this, so whenever we are not sure about the number of arguments that we will be passing, you can use this asterisk before your argument name. All right, so this way you can easily pass the dynamic arguments to the function. All right, so this is all about args. All right, so now we will discuss about keyword args. All right, so as we discussed earlier, so this is a keyword argument. All right, so whenever we want to pass keyword argument, in those kind of situation, we'll use double args. Okay, so let me show you an example. So def I usually use this players example, so let me use the same players. I wanna display the details of the players. So details, I'm passing a variable argument name called details, and for key comma value in details dot items. All right, so why are we using this? I will tell you. Right, so print say is dot format of key comma value. All right, so why am I using key value and format method here? So you might be a little confused, right? So whenever we pass this keyword argument, it will be in a form of a dictionary. I forgot to tell you in our earlier example, when we pass an arguments that is in star args, we pass it as a tuple generally. Okay, we enclosed it within a normal parenthesis and we passed it as the tuple. If you remember our addition parameters, so where there I have passed it as a tuple, whereas in this keyword arguments it is generally dictionary. So let me print it for your better understanding. Print type of details. Okay, so if I let me pass on the details later and let me print this so that you will have a very clear understanding about why I am using this kind of loop. So this is how you will loop through a dictionary. So for key comma value in the arguments dot items, so we'll use this dot items dot format and all in our dictionary items. So I would suggest you to watch my dictionary videos if you want to understand more about how we loop through a dictionary and all. All right, and finally I will call my function. So players, I have to pass the details. Say for example, let me call first name equal to say Sachin, and last name equal to say Tendulkar, and age equal to let's say 52. All right, now if I run this, you can see it printed class dictionary. So the detailed argument that what we are passing is in a value in a form of key value pair, right? So whenever we use the double asterisk, it will accept dictionary only. All right, so you can understand by printing the type of the argument that you are passing across. So here we clearly understood it is a dictionary, and here I printed the first name is Sachin and the last name is Tendulkar and age is 52. For each and every parameter I have printed it here. All right, so you can look at this particular one. So first name is Sachin, last name is Tendulkar, and age is 52. All right, so now here in this particular example we passed three arguments: first name, last name, and age, right? So in addition to this, even if you want to pass more arguments, you can, that's when you generally use this double star keyword argument. So say I want to add email, say email. So this time I'll change the player's name, say I'll call Mahinder Singh Dhoni, and age might be 42, and email equal to msd@gmail.com, and let's call, what other can we pass? We can pass country equal to India. Alright, now if I run this particular program, let's see what happens with my second function call. Alright, so my first one is done. Second one, it is again printing the class is dictionary, and the first name is Mahinder, last name is Dhoni, and age is 42, and email is MSD, and countries in there. So all my parameters got printed. Alright, so here if you keenly note, we have called the same function, but we have passed different number of keyword arguments. Alright, so in this kind of situation, you will go with double star and the argument name. Alright, so now I hope you understood the difference between argument and keyword argument. Alright, so I would suggest you to try this on your own, and if you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section. If you like this video, please subscribe and follow my channel. Thank you.